And there it goes. Logan Smith is here.
Logan!
He got the link. I put the link.
There we go. It is Friday, November 8th. It is 11:05, which is when we choose to start. Today we have with us Tahlena and Mike from Bite Me Bambi.
Hello.
And as always,
Hello.
Ken Haas.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to sunny, beautiful Toledo, Ohio, where we have Bite Me Bambi in the building today. Everybody say something loud. Yeah, loud. That was good enough.
Thank you for telling us we're in Toledo, Ohio, because we don't know where we are. Right. Okay, thank you.
There it is.
I also didn't know what day it was today.
Didn't see the lake?
This is the river. This is the Mommy River. And this is the beautiful Toledo skyline.
Oh.
This is my favorite part.
Oh, hey, look at that guy.
Yeah, I know.
What's his
Captured
name?
forever. I don't know. What's his name, boys?
I don't think you've named him, Ken, and that's on you.
Tahlena, you have the honors.
Let's go with Steve. He looks like a
Steve the
to me.
Bird, everybody. That's Steve the Bird.
Gotta get him a name tag.
You should have named him Carl.
No. No.
No? All right.
So Bite Me Bambi is here because they're awesome, for one, but also it is time to tell everyone that they are going to be playing at the NAMM show this year on our behalf. It'll be, is it Thursday or Friday? I think it's Thursday. Thursday on the outdoor stage at 5, which is rad.
I'm excited.
It's a good one. It's a good one. It's
good.
going to be great. So all of our NAMM show friends, you can look forward to seeing these guys at the NAMM. But that's the question is the hard question that I alluded to.
Oh, no.
How do we know each other?
Uh,
Yeah, right?
I think we met at
Supernova?
Supernova, where I meet everyone, it turns out.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was Supernova, and I saw all your beautiful guitars, and I was like, I want to touch them all. And you let me.
I think you were down. We were selling merch across from you.
Yeah, I was peeping
that's
the
what it was.
guitars all weekend, and then finally I was like, I'm going to go play those guitars.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you are playing an Air Sonic.
Yes.
And I already heard this story, but for my bestie Kristen's benefit, why did you choose the Air Sonic?
Because she plays it. I don't know anything about gear. I want to be that guy, but I am not. And I love her sound. I love Lady Hatchet's sound. I said, which one does she have? And they said that one, so I bought it.
Kristen Forbes, the legend.
There it is.
Yeah, she's going to be, she'll be in here next week.
I know. Oh, that's going to be so
Yeah,
cool.
7 days from now, she'll be sitting where you're sitting.
I love her. She's so
I
sweet.
do too. She's a legend.
Yeah, she's a real like girl's girl, which I really appreciate, especially like female musician. I love her.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, we love her too. I mean, she's been part of the Reverend family for years.
You were explaining why the guitar is so special, though. So like
The Air Sonic? Yeah, I wish we had one. I thought it was almost like if we were
Have
in
one
a
in the
guitar
car.
business that had guitars lying around and I was more having my shit together, I would have one here to show you. But
Insert image. Oh no, we're live. Just
yeah,
kidding.
we're live.
Insert-
Yeah,
No, we will not insert an
no.
image. Hurry,
Click
go
the link.
to the RV.
Click the
Get
link
it
down
out of the
below to
car.
buy the Air Sonic.
I think it's cool that so many people have latched onto the Air Sonic, especially in the ska scene too. It is a solid body guitar that is designed to sound like a semi-hollow. So the wings of the guitar, if you were like there's a center piece to the body, and it's actually carved out of one piece of wood. It's not like they're glued on, but it's carved. But the wings are very, very thin, and they resonate freely as you play. So you get overtones of a semi-hollow from a solid body guitar, so you don't have any of the feedback issues that you get with the semi-hollow, although modern gear has eliminated a lot of the feedback issues anyway. And it's got the Railhammer and Nuevo 90 pickups in it, which are the perfect pickup for ska music.
And now
amongst
I
other
can
things.
say that to people when they ask me about it, because I didn't know any of that. I just liked the way it sounded. So now I'll have like
And you
fun
have
facts.
you have a Hello Kitty sticker on yours.
I do, because I put a Hello Kitty on everything.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah. So
There's people who are pushing apparently for a Hello Kitty Reverend collab. So
people were
there
asking
it
me
is.
like, is that a Hello Kitty licensed guitar?
I'll broker that
A
deal for you.
Reverend? I was
Send
like,
Rio, call Mike,
no.
Bite Me Bambi.
I put a sticker on it, but
Okay. I want to hear about Bite Me Bambi. So when did you start doing this and why, and how did the band end up where it is today? Go!
Well, in 2018, Brian Mashburn from like Say Ferris and stuff, Starpool, he and I started writing together, and he was really just writing, like, wanted to write songs with me, and we were working together, and we were having so much fun. We're like, well, let's, like, you know, if these songs are still good in like a week, then we'll start a project. And we were like, we still like them. So then we were able to kind of pick and choose who we wanted to work with, and so that was really cool. We got Mike, you know, he joined pretty early on keys, and Ryan Brown on bass, and Kyle O'Donnell on sax, T-Bone on trombone, and then Dan Evans on the drums. So it was kind of like we got to pick the people we wanted to work with. And
It's all Orange County people that have been in various ska bands and other bands around for a while.
Yeah, so that was like all fine and dandy, and then the pandemic happened, and we were like, well, now what do we do? So luckily we had some like recordings in the can, so we were like, well, we can make music videos. And Chris Grau, who a lot of people know in the ska scene, his band Loser, he was like, well, I can get crafty. Like, we can make videos with people who are in bubbles together and sort of like cutaways and stuff. So we just started releasing on YouTube, and then at that point he also had told us you should stream on Twitch, which is something we still do now. So that was born out of that. So we kind of fumbled through the pandemic, and finally, which sucked too, because we had like a tour booked with like Real Big Fish and the Aquabats, like before the pandemic, like all this stuff.
And I was like, just put the flyer out.
Yeah, just let everybody
Just put
know.
the flyer out. That goes a long way.
We're going to pretend this happened.
Yeah.
Let's put it out, because once
that
it's in the lexicon
sucks.
of the world, it's there. But no, it's I
Everything just sort of fell apart. So after the pandemic and we were able to start touring again, we were kind of getting our feet, and it was just, you know, so now we're really going hard, you know, this year and next year, just trying to get out there as much as we can and have a good time. And
we feel like we're making up for kind of some lost time.
Yeah.
You know, the band has always been we have a kind of a commitment to be constantly creative. So it's like, you know, whether it's Twitch or videos or, you know, acoustic things or whatever it is, we try to constantly be adding a verse to this thing. And so now it's kind of like our time to be out on the road and kind of bring it to people. And, you know, remember why we all got started playing this. It's fun. You know, this is fun. And there's a lot of business around it, but it's incredibly a good time. And I think all of us kind of gel. The rest of the band is over here. They're watching us, creepers.
But yeah, I feel like we've had some lineup changes and stuff, but I feel like right now we're really locked and loaded, and we're like really strong, and it feels really good. And
we like to be more of a collective like that, where it's like collective creatively. So if people can't go, if the guy can't go on the road, or we want to work with, Sparko, who's playing bass with us right now. He did a remix for one of our records. You know, we try to work with whoever we can, kind of like a collective. I imagine the picture of Bite Me Bambi has 25 people in it. I'd love that. It'd be like a weird, you know, polyphonic spree thing. We could do. Oh, Fred Perry gowns would be amazing.
Scallyphonic.
Scallyphonic scree.
Yes, trademark.
Is that
Scree. Ska puns. Insert ska puns. Thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So releases. Do you guys what do you have out, and where can people find it and stuff? That's always the question.
Well, right now we are currently what they call in the industry waterfalling our singles off of our second, our first.
Somebody taught Tahlena the term waterfalling. I don't know.
Wow.
I thought it was a sex thing at first, but no, it turns out it's releasing
It
your
is
singles
also a
slowly
sex
over time. Sorry, I did not. Are we allowed to swear or say
can do
weird
whatever the
stuff?
fuck you want.
It's the morning. I forgot.
Yeah.
No, but so. It's our first full-length record. It's called Eat This. So we have 3 songs off of it already released with music videos: Bad Boyfriend, Girls Like You, and Do the Damned. And we have a couple more singles coming, but will be released on streaming February 14th. So to break all your hearts. And then right now you can buy the vinyl though. So if you want to hear the record before everybody else in its entirety, you can grab it at a show or on our website.
Yeah. And our basic model, we had an EP before that that came out in 2021.
Maybe? Or
Yeah, 2021.
Hurry Up and Wait.
Hurry Up and Wait is what it's called, apropos. So we had that. Our whole motto has always been like, release a single with a video, So,
Sure.
You know, our thing is, look, man, at this level, we ain't get paid to sell music. So our whole thing is just give it away. Just give it to people and let them know who you are and set the hook and, you know, and build a community. And that's kind of what we want to do.
And how have the shows been going? you alluded to this a little bit this morning. You were saying as you're touring the Midwest, is this your first time through the Midwest?
Second.
Second time,
Yeah,
Okay.
we came with the Slackers in I think 2021.
Yeah, we played in Chicago and Indy, and Ann Arbor and around. And then we've been to Chicago again one other time.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We played Reggie's.
Played Reggie's, yeah.
On the
Oh, I
way
love
to
Reggie's.
No,
No.
I don't know. Yeah,
On the
but
way to the East Coast.
Reggie's is great.
Anyway, but yeah, no. So Midwest has always been great, but these shows have been really amazing for us, and it's really welcoming. The crowds are great. The people are just energetic, and it's great to perform and have some energy come back to you.
Yeah.
And being from the LA area, you don't always get that.
Everyone's
at
too
home. They're all kind
freaking
of too cool.
They're all doing this shit. It's like, oh, this sucks. But like last night we played
The
at Smalls
jury.
in Detroit, and like there's a pit the whole time. People are dancing, flags waving. Everybody, it was just like the best.
You
I'm
have
like,
banner
Was
men.
the
Detroit
Michigan,
has
Yes.
the Michigan Scott
Yes,
people
the
there with
Michigan
their
Scots.
flag? The Michigan
Yes.
Scott
there were a
people
couple of
amazing.
Canadian flags, I think, mocking us for the fact that we accidentally went to Canada yesterday and had to have our RV searched. It was really fun. But
Can we talk about that real quick?
Yeah.
Because you brought up this. How did you do that? I really want to.
Okay.
Was it the tunnel entrance or the bridge entrance or?
It's not nothing to do with me.
Exactly. Here's the thing. I'm a control freak, okay? I'm a control freak.
okay.
And I usually, if I'm driving, I've been trying to release control. So on this trip, we've been gone for a week, okay? So I released control. I said, you know what? You want to drive? Go ahead and drive.
unless
it's fine.
the RV company is watching, then only Mike and I drove the
Exactly.
RV. Thank you.
So we honestly, we go over, we're driving, and I look at the map route, and Tahlena says, hey, approve this map route. So at least I know a little bit about Brooklyn and New York and all these places. I was like, oh yeah, as long as we're not going through the tunnel, we're fine. Go up through the Bronx
You're
and
telling
down.
a totally different
I know,
story.
but this leads to the other one.
Okay.
It leads to, so I get back there, and he goes, are we supposed to be going through the Lincoln Tunnel right now? And I'm like, bro, we're an RV. We can't go through the Lincoln Tunnel. We literally had to circumnavigate all through. We saw every part of Manhattan, 42nd Street at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday, just us rolling down in an RV. And then yesterday, we're going to Canada. I'm like, hey.
The GPS took us
The
through
GPS
Canada.
took us to Canada. And then I was like, it's like Vancouver. You could just turn around, right? Like, they'll let you turn around. And they're like, no, you're on Canadian soil right now. So now
Get
we
out.
have to search everything.
Search all of your stuff.
And so, good thing. Thank you, Canadian Border Patrol. We didn't get the Super Cop. I appreciate that.
Was this in Buffalo or Detroit?
Buffalo.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
And I will say this. The Border Patrol people in Canada
Are
at
hot
Buffalo, hot
AF.
dude.
They are all good
The
looking.
men and the women. Wow. I don't know where they're getting them, but
Smoke show.
Canada. There's a lot of good-looking people in Canada.
So,
Gosh, man.
Mike telling that long story, basically, we have screwed up the route every step of the way.
Yeah.
Been very late to every show. And poor Caton has now driven to Canada and through Times Square in the RV.
What did you tell?
We lived. We lived.
We lived.
Yep.
Anyhow, so yeah, it's been great. Thanks for asking.
And where do you go from here? You're going to Indianapolis
Yes, playing the Melody,
Melody Inn
Inn
tonight,
tonight.
which-
tonight. Melody Inn.
Love the
All
Melody Inn.
Punk rock night at Melody Inn, which is amazing.
Nice.
And then we
Yeah.
do a Liars Club in Chicago tomorrow. So
Okay.
it's going to
Yeah.
be
And how much longer is the tour going on?
till the 30th of November.
Are you
November, yeah.
working your way back to California? Are you going across the top, or are you going to
The top. Yeah, we're going to go Denver and then Salt Lake and then Seattle and
Yeah,
that way and
down.
then all the way down.
Yeah.
So-
With Barstool Preachers, I guess
Yeah,
we should
Where are
say
you going
that.
to be on Thanksgiving?
We have the
Vegas.
day off
Day
and
off.
Well, sure,
Thanksgiving.
sure.
But, at first we didn't. The Brits who booked the tour didn't know about Thanksgiving, and we had to say, oh, no one's going to come on Thanksgiving. But no, we're playing Vegas the night before and San Diego the day after.
Fun.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
It'll be a good
hell
time.
yeah, that'll be a good time.
And then December, we're doing a whole round of dates with Fishbone as well.
Yeah.
So,
Where we
starting
will
in-
be going to Canada.
Canada, yes, exactly.
And the smart-ass Border Patrol guy was like, well, when you come play, bring your passports. I'm like, well,
Yeah,
yeah,
genius.
thank you. I will.
You're beautiful but not smart. That's what I said him. After he gave you my ID.
We played in Tijuana the last time we were on the West Coast.
Love
we had
it.
we had a blast.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun down there.
Yeah.
Also got to have your passports for that one.
Right.
Yeah, Mo Bauer.
Yeah.
My drummer has an enhanced license, which lets you into Canada and
Yeah.
Mexico. So he tried to go into Mexico with that.
No. It
The
did not.
Federales were like,
Nope.
no.
No.
And so we're like, shit, we don't have a drummer tonight. But then, as it turns out, you can circumvent certain rules.
Yeah.
Yes,
With
yes, you
certain
can.
pieces of paper.
Yes.
Right.
Go figure.
That
that
doesn't
a
go
thing?
over in Canada so much.
No, that does not go over in
I was
Canada
like-
at all. You want to know why? Because they're so good looking.
Yeah, you have to have your
They
ID
just don't give a shit.
open, and then whatever holds your ID, if it's open and there's other items in there, then that's usually how you do that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
exactly.
So, I have more questions.
Sure.
Oh, sorry. We just
No,
jabberjaws.
no. This has been incredibly interesting. I want to know. I want to know about the Dance Hall Crashers.
So they're a band from. No,
I
I'm
know
kidding.
that.
I'm kidding. I know.
Tim Armstrong
I am
started this
well
band.
aware. I am well aware, but I see you alluding to the relationship, and I don't know how you're connected with them.
Well, it's funny. It started kind of a while ago. So Half Past Two asked me to come sing. They did in the pandemic. We did like a cover of Lost Again,
Lost Again, yeah.
with like a bunch of people, like from Mustard
Jer on
Plug
it,
and
yeah,
Jer and
Catbite.
Catbite, all these people,
Yeah,
and it was really
awesome.
fun.
Yeah,
And
totally.
I guess Real Big Fish shared it in their like email list at one point, and that's like how people sort of like, oh, that's cool. And then the Dance Hall Crashers social media started like sharing stuff and following us, and I was like, that's cool. And I like had shared like favorite albums during the pandemic, and
We're all huge fans. by
yeah,
the
we're
way.
Yeah,
all
of
really
course.
big fans, so they're really big influence on me. And then come to find out, years later, our now manager, Pablo Matheson, is in charge of managing the Dance Hall Crashers, like, what's the
Legacy, I
legacy
guess,
item? Yeah, so
Okay,
all
okay,
the merch
okay.
and repressings and all that stuff.
Sure, sure.
And so then I found out that he was the one who had been sharing all of my stuff on social media, but we didn't know each other at the time and all this stuff. And so now, yeah, when they get new merch, they're like, hey, can you model this merch? Hey, can you do this, do that? So, yeah, I'm always hoping,
So
like,
that's kind of cool.
yeah, it's cool. If I have
I always
to
wondered
be,
I knew there was some sort of connection. I always wondered what it was. That's cool.
yeah,
That's
and then
cool
like
story.
Rude Girl Review asked me to come do the song at Supernova like 2 years
Yeah.
ago. Like, I love performing the music, but if there's anybody I could be associated with, like, that's incredible to me. Like, what a dream. Like, my heroes, really. Like, I've met Elise and Karina, and they're both so nice. And Jason actually wrote a song on our new record. So, yeah, and he and I are kind of songwriting together now. So it's really cool.
And just being from Orange County at that time, when a lot of that, when dancehall first came through there, they were just such a huge influence on, I think vocally on a lot of bands. I think with their harmonies and stuff was just amazing. And like she said, Karina and Elise are just really just great people, super supportive, super nice, and nothing but kindness from them
Yeah.
usually.
That's
So
amazing.
it's
Cool.
awesome.
And 2:30.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So good. I got to get them in here.
Yeah.
I got to get everybody in here. You know?
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've known Half Past Two a really long
Very long
time.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I feel like
We're literally from the same place.
Yeah, I feel like
Sure, sure.
we grew up together, so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, in a way, it's cool.
Another
Yeah.
great Reverend band that you all should look up.
Yeah.
And they're label mates of mine with Bad Time.
Yep.
Good people, everyone.
Ska is fun. Ska
Yeah.
is fun and nice. Everyone's cool.
Yeah.
We
You know,
And tight-knit.
it is.
We try to be as cool as possible.
the last 8 or 9 years or whatever it's been that we've had the Traders together, the tours that we've done and stuff, it's amazing. And I'm always blown away by how cool all the communities are all over the country.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I knew everybody in the Detroit scene was cool, but it's been fun, like taking it out.
Yeah.
And seeing it all, and going to see the machines all over the country too. You know, I travel a lot, and a couple years ago, I randomly ended up in Boston when the machines were coming through Boston. So I called Jay. I'm like, put me at the door, whatever. And I went and saw him in like sold out room, and everybody going ape shit. And I was like, this looks like home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm in Boston, like, you know, you have that moment where you're like, oh, they do this everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
that's cool. You know, and it's been. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, like hanging out with all
always
you
said
guys.
that the ska scene, especially, it was so DIY for so long in the 90s, very DIY scene, where, we used to have roll-up doors, like commercial spaces we'd have to rent out and put a show on, or roller rinks. I did them in roller rinks, when I was 18, and so when you have, like, that community that's so DIY, it's really for the love of it, and we always say, like, you go to the ska show by yourself, and you'll leave with 20 friends. It's so
Last
inclusive. Last night,
this woman came up to the merch table and she was being kind. She was like, I just, after the election, like, I just got to get out, whatever. And so she came. And then there was this other wonderful girl, Amanda, who had made these, like, pins for the bands. And she was so cool. And I was like, hey, you guys should be friends. Do you know each other? They're like, no. I was like, I think you guys would get along. And they like met and they like exchanged information and they hugged. And I was like, ska, right here. This is it. This is, it's unity. It's respect for people of all kinds. Like, I'm like, this is fucking rad. Like, I love it.
I just love it, the inclusion. And growing up in the time when we would grow, not you.
Mike and I had the fire hose conversation earlier. We have a lot in common.
The shows we would go to, we look at like everybody at the show looks like us.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Yeah.
But no, it's you think about how inclusive it is, and it's like you could be a weirdo kid, go to a ska show, and wear your pajamas and Garfield, slippers, which we've seen at shows. And then you have a guy who's full on rude boy that's like everything is suited and booted like perfectly.
Yeah.
And yet they all get along, right?
Yeah,
They all,
right.
So it's really cool to see that. And you know what? It ebbs and flows, but it seems like it's got a pretty good surgence now.
Well, and all over the world, like you were saying about Boston, like I remember going to Tokyo, where Sparka was at the time, and like going to shows and looking around at, like I know these people. I don't know these people, but I know them at this ska show. They remind me of everybody I know. Like it's really cool to like see it all over.
We did Japan with the Traders in 2017. It was amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
You guys had to go off there. I mean,
The crowds there are so great.
Of course.
There's no chill. There's no chill.
No, there's no chill.
Except in between the songs where
Yeah.
everyone will politely just wait for you to start another one quietly and we silent.
Yeah, and then but sing so loud in
Yeah.
English, and just it was unbelievable. Yeah. Have you seen the Bad Time movie? Have you seen
haven't
what
seen it,
Mike
no.
put together?
No, when-
No,
Because you were talking about that inclusiveness. Then the movie is really interesting.
When
'cause-
they showed it, we had a show
We had a
when
sh-
they
yeah.
showed it where we live.
Yeah, so it was like, oh,
There,
okay.
there's a lot of performance stuff in the movie, obviously, but there's a lot of like crowd work and out talking to people in line, waiting to get into the shows and stuff. And it's really cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's really interesting. The characters, the cast of characters, like
Just-
you said,
just-
it was a
yeah.
very accurate description.
Just
you
the
know?
clips that I saw a few clips and I'm like, oh, these guys are documenting a movement. That's rad.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
cool.
We did the ska movie, the picking up ska in the '90s movie.
Yeah,
and
yeah, sure.
and that was more of a rehashing. This is more of a kind of a commercial for the building of the movement, which is great. I thought it was really cool what I saw. So we definitely have to watch it.
All right. I want to talk to you about your guitar for a second.
Uh-oh.
So, no, you're good.
I'm being quizzed.
You're being quizzed. And you don't play guitar all the time. So how many songs in the set do you use the guitar on? I'm just curious.
Currently in this 45 minutes at 3, but in
Okay.
the hour long 4.
So what kind of amp do you play?
I just got a new one. Is it Marshall JVM? Yeah.
The Marshall JVM combo.
You know why
Okay.
I have that amp? Because I played South by Southwest and I got to play Ben Queller's gear, and he had something similar, and I was like, that sounds
That
great.
sounds great.
How do I get one of these? And then Kaiten and our bass player Ryan, everybody.
That's a good way to find it.
They helped me find it.
Nice. Yeah.
Whatever, dude. I went and got it. Come on.
Okay,
I
and
get
Mike
no
went and
credit.
got it. So
Dude, I found one of those old guitar shops where this gray-haired dude was like, has all this vintage gear, and he's like, yep. And he's like, yeah, dude, I got that amp right over here. It's like brand new. Plugged in the guitar. I played it for a few minutes. I tried to play in Tahlena style. It's like,
shitty.
I played her. I'm like, she'll love this. She'll love this.
Let me play 4 power chords. She'll love it.
And what I'll say, as a kind of a gearhead pedal guy, I really love all the gear. But surprising, the reverb channel on the Marshall is actually pretty good. Pretty good. I was like,
Yeah, that's not bad.
yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
So that's a long answer to your short
So
question.
you're the gearhead?
Oh, yeah.
That's you?
Yeah.
As a keyboard player.
Oh,
Explain to me how that works.
I'm a guitar player, too. I just don't play guitar in the band.
Okay.
So, yeah,
All
no.
right.
I got into, I think, I've been into gear since I saw Peter Buck play a Rickenbacker. I was like, what is that? What is that thing? And in my whole life, I wanted one, and I got one, and I'm like, oh, my hands are way too big for this.
We're
that what you want?
gonna do this again.
Yeah.
When did you see Peter Buck play the Rickenbacker?
Well, I was, 1984? 85? 85?
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
See?
I saw the Life's Rich pageant tour.
Oh my God.
And
that's
I
amazing.
went with some cooks at a restaurant that I had no idea who REM was.
Oh,
And
wow.
some cooks at a restaurant that I was working with were like, because I was like hardcore kid,
Yeah.
you know, and they were like,
For
yeah,
now.
your music sucks. You're coming with us to a show tonight.
Totally,
And and I didn't know anything about them. And Camper Van Beethoven opened. And
Amazing.
both bands completely blew me away. That was 1986 at the Fox Theater in Detroit.
Wow.
And our shop foreman, Chris, was at that show as well.
No way. That's crazy.
And yeah, I mean, we weren't there together, but we talk about it. We talk about it. Like, he found the set lists online
That's crazy.
Oh my
and
gosh.
like a few months ago and shared it with me.
I'm a huge REM fan from back in the day, like
Yeah.
crazy. And so, yeah, I've only seen them live twice, but once.
Yeah,
was-
I only saw him that one
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I mean, it's stuck with me my whole.
You know the
life.
whole reason why Firehose exists, right? In the lineup it exists because Camper Van Beethoven. You know that story?
No, fire away.
So Camper Van Beethoven was playing like in Ohio somewhere where Ed Crawford lived, and he said that the Minutemen had broken up because D Boone had passed away, and Ed is in this crowd, and they're hanging out after the show, and Lowry said something like, "Oh hey, you like the Minutemen? They're looking to form the Minutemen again. You should go to San Pedro if you like them." And he's the biggest Minutemen fan, so he showed up in San Pedro with his guitar. And he said, "I heard you guys starting a band." And Mike's like, "We're not starting a band. I don't know what you're talking about." It's a crazy story, but I'm like, I hope that's true. I hope that story's true.
I have heard that he just went out there and talked him into it.
But
I've heard that story
it's
numerous
'cause
times. I've
they-
never heard that Lowry's the one
It's
that
because
said it.
Lowry said he was at a
That's-
Camper Van Beethoven
that's
show.
hysterical.
It's crazy. Anyway, we can talk about that crap
I'm like,
all
you
day
guys
long.
want to, and all?
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
No. Yeah.
Let's get coffee. We'll talk about
I'm like,
it.
I have
Yeah.
nothing to add to this wonderful conversation.
Tahlena wasn't even an itch in her daddy's pants at that time. Anyway.
So, back to Tahlena. When did you
What?
start playing
No.
guitar?
Oh, see, this is embarrassing too.
No,
'cause
it's
I've,
not.
I've been playing a really long time. I should be better. No, I started playing when I was like 18.
Okay. So like last year.
Yeah, yesterday. Let's go with that. No, a long time ago. And yeah, I just wanted, but wanted to be so technical. I was so obsessed with like Jack White, and like I was like, I'm gonna be this person. And then in the end, I asked my guitar teacher, "Can you teach me how to write songs?" Because that's what I really wanted to do.
That's legitimate.
Wasn't your teacher like somebody? Wasn't
He was
like-
in Casey and the Sunshine
Yeah,
Band.
Casey, there it is.
Yeah,
Okay,
Greg DeCastro, which he was great.
That's
He's like
cool.
the happiest man ever and so
Yeah,
supportive.
he would have to be. He was
Yeah.
in Casey and the Sunshine Man. He
I'm
better
just
be a happy
always
guy.
like, he calls everyone like bright spirit, and like he's just so lovely.
Love people like that. Dude.
Well, it's funny too. Is I
I'm just
probably,
such a dark black hole.
well, I probably
And
should.
that's I gotta say too. That's what like being from Toledo, Detroit area. To us growing up, everybody in California was that guy, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to California, and everybody's you.
Everybody hates you. Welcome to California. Go die.
Well, and it's funny. I probably shouldn't say this on the live stream, but my vocal coach I had for a really long time was like really tough, and she was like kind of mean. And I'll give her all the credit in the world. She taught me how to drive a car when I was 16, and she made me the vocalist I am today, like 1,000%. But after having her, who would just tell me like, you have a horrible musical ear, like you're so horrible, you're so disorganized, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. And then I get Greg DeCastro calling me a bright spirit and like, don't worry, there's no wrong choices, just interesting choices, like that kind of stuff. Like, it was just so great. I needed Greg in my life at that point. But yeah, so I would love to be a better player, and I'm hoping now that I'm working on music a lot more, I'll have more time to be better. But I do love playing.
Yeah, awesome. Jeff,
Ken?
before we wrap this up, does anybody have any questions for any of us here today? Other than, just heads up, I don't know what I'm doing left-handed next year yet. Okay, but we'll let you know.
That hasn't been asked. So,
Well, I just got it out of the way because it was going to be.
sure. A lot of hellos.
Hello.
Hello.
From what, I would assume are friends.
I have no
We
friends.
shared that link, man. Good thing.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscrib.
Yeah, don't be like me and find
Don't
out when
be
you're
like-
sitting on this couch that you weren't subscribed.
Yeah, that was tough.
That was a
That
rough
was
one.
tough. So Giuseppe Santa Sauce.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the
What's
name. I don't know. It says the necks on Reverend seem less roasted than years ago. If this is true, is there a reason for that?
The process of roasting the necks the color depends on, this is going to sound really technical and weird and silly. How dark the neck gets depends on a lot of the sugars in the wood, because that's what turns it the dark color. And it really depends on where the wood was in the tree as to how much of that sort of process, chemical process, is going to happen of that stuff darkening. And because we get necks from all over in the tree, like we don't really know exactly where the wood comes from, some necks are darker than others. And yes, it does seem like lately they've been a little bit on the lighter side.
Yeah, they have.
But we're still doing the same process on everything, so it's just a luck of the draw.
Giuseppe, it's an organic process, man.
It is. It's an organic process. That's totally true. So
Well, as
that's
Sheepdog
interesting.
just said, too long didn't read sugar-free guitars.
Hi, Sheepdog.
Hi, Sheepdog. That's one of our people.
Sheepdog and I, #1 feeder fans.
Sheepdog's
Wow.
proud.
Out of the
Yeah,
UK.
there you go.
Amazing.
Also, I don't know why all these Facebook users are coming through as Facebook user,
Oh, but
Hi,
Facebook
Facebook user.
user.
but hello, Facebook user. Says, I appreciate the name of the band, as I have an aunt named Bambi, and she
Oh.
can bite me. Done with it.
Wow.
So that's
Let's
fun.
unpack that at another
Yeah.
So
time.
I did think of your aunt when I named the project.
Right.
It definitely is not from the Josie and the Pussycats movie.
Okay, fair enough.
She
Well,
had
thanks for
explained
that
to me what the
anecdote.
band name meant. To be honest, I was like, I don't. What is it's called? That's the project. Okay, great. I don't know what that is.
Nice. And Mike, are you the constant? You're the constant in the project too. I mean, you guys, this is sort of like your baby, and
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Edgar, our sax player, also is in the mix quite a bit. So, but really everybody here today is kind of the
We're
crew.
really gelling as a collective right now
Yeah.
with the crew we have, and a lot of the people that, like, it started off, we're kind of like a collective. Like I said, we have our core members, but then life happens, and
Of course.
And so what we found is that the guys who show up are the guys that like, wow, this band sounds great.
Peyton
in
and
this.
Ben both recorded on our new
Yeah.
record. So
And and more often than not, whenever we're traveling, and I look over my shoulder, these are the guys that I see. So that
unless we accidentally leave someone behind,
Which has happened.
then they are not there. But
yeah, we home alone a few people a couple times. I always have to go back.
the next time you guys come through, you're going to play in here.
Yeah,
we
sure.
would love to. That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, that'll be awesome.
Can we play out of all these amps simultaneously? That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
I think that's
All
how we're doing
guitar
it now.
set.
That's how we're doing it now,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, good. I love it. I love it.
Cool. Well, we're going to let you guys go. Thanks for tuning in this week. We appreciate. Thanks you guys for being here.
Thanks for
Thanks so
having
much.
us.
It was
Thanks
awesome.
for the tour.
We have so much coming up, but obviously next week is going to be really exciting. We have Boris Pellick is going to be in here Monday, and he is a longtime Reverend endorser. Played with Gogol Bordello,
Yeah.
and a bunch. He's got Boris and the Joy is the thing he's doing now, and he's out with these guys opening for Billie Eilish.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So he's coming through, and he's going to perform in here, so you'll see some videos from him. And then next Friday, I am really, really excited to have the entire Rude Girl Review.
Got them all in one
here
place at
in
one time.
the Reverend Studios. Lady Hatchet, Kristen, who we were talking about earlier, is going to join me. Her and Jade are going to join me next week on the show. And then when we're done with this, they are going to record for us. And then we're going to play a gig here in Toledo, Ohio at the Ottawa Tavern. Jay Navarro and the Traders, the Rude Girl Review, and the Polka Floyd Show are all going to perform together.
What?
Whoa.
I can say that Jay Navarro and the Traders are going to be there. Eric has been cleared to do a gig. So we're going to play a show, but if you guys are in the Detroit area tonight, there's a benefit for Eric Abbey happening up there. Please get online and go support the Abbey family. That would be terrific. And so that's going on. Next week is going to be crazy. The week after that, we're announcing a new guitar on this very show, 2 weeks from today.
Ooh.
And then I think the first week after the Thanksgiving holiday, we're going to have Jenna Fournier and Kid Tiger in here. So there's a lot coming up.
You got a lot going on around here.
Yeah, and then we're really looking forward to seeing you guys at the NAMM show.
Yep.
We'll make sure that everybody has a good time, and we'll all be there at 5 o'clock on Friday in the outdoor stage ready to party.
It's going to
Awesome.
be great.
So
I'm
thanks
excited.
for tuning in, everybody. You all have a fantastic week. We'll talk to you later. I'm going to throw
Watch
these
your
at the
eyes.
band instead of at Jeff. Yeah. Wow, they're all going to you, man.